Hi, Chef Eleanora. Thank you so much for baking with us this morning.
Hey Ashley, how are you? Thank you for having me. I'm so excited today.
I'm excited too. First of all, I just want to go ahead and put this out there. So, Domino sugar, it's like just even the branding and the packaging, it's like a memory for my childhood. You know, it's been around for so long. So, it was so exciting to meet you as this world-renowned chef, this woman who can help us out and learn how to use it properly, because I will be the first to admit I am not the greatest baker.
Well, thank you. Thank you for saying that about our sugars. We take pride on the product that we produce. Our sugars have been staple in pantries for over 100 years, right?
Wow.
So that's why you remember your grandmother, you remember your mom baking, and now it's probably you with your kids. And even if you're not the greatest baker of all, our sugars are fantastic. They're foolproof. They're great quality. Mm-hmm. So you're going to end up with great products. I always encourage people that are new to baking to try things. Don't be afraid, right?
Right.
Start with, baby steps, little things, and then you graduate and do a little bit more. But it's about connecting with people. I come from a family of bakers. Of over 100 years in the baking industry. So my memories are with my mom and my dad and my grandparents baking and using sugar for that. So just that smell, right? And our sugars are trusted in the kitchen. I appreciate you saying that because we are really proud of them.
Yes. So what are you going to make us for this wonderful holiday season? We all need a little something yummy in our life.
Yes. So today I've selected 2 recipes for your audience. One, which I call like a pre-game. We're going to be making, right? A pre-game, we're going to be making peppermint brownies, peppermint bark brownies. And I call it a pre-game because this is a recipe that I like to make before the holidays, before Christmas, right? On the days that are coming up, like right now. Make them, you make cookies, so it's like a pre-game, just getting ready. Yeah. And then the other recipe that we're making is a cranberry orange scones. And this is fabulous, and I do bake it here at home for Christmas Day, Christmas morning. So we're gonna be talking about both. These are easy recipes. The cranberry scones, I want to see you making them, Ashley. I'm sure you're going to be able to make them.
I definitely want
to. And they're fun. So let's talk about a little bit before about the sugars that we'll be using.
Sure. Yeah.
Right? So I have here some of the sugars that we produce. I'm sure you've seen them in your retailer. You see them in the stores. You can get them on Amazon now. We're very excited about that.
That's great.
For the peppermint brownies, we're going to be using the Domino light brown sugar.
Okay.
Because we don't have the time here, I went ahead and did some baking.
Good. Okay.
So I have the brownies here with me. So let me show you. We use an 8x8. This is what an 8x8 pan looks like, right? So you start heating your oven.
Okay.
You preheat your oven around 350 degrees. Okay. And you grease and put some flour in your pan.
Right.
That we do it, Ashley, to avoid the brownie from sticking.
Right.
Do that all the time. And then we make the brownie. This is it sounds difficult because it has 3 steps, but it's pretty easy, straightforward. You just have to have a little patience. So you make the brownie first, right? The first layer is the brownie. Okay. And what I do is I whip in my mixer with, let me show you. This is, I think it will be useful for your audience.
Yes.
This we call the paddle attachment.
Okay.
And this one we call the whip. So we begin by whipping eggs and whole eggs and light brown sugar with the whipping attachment. And we let them go for around 5 to 6 minutes.
Okay.
What we're trying to do here is give it a fluff to make a a fluffy kind of mixture with the eggs and the sugar.
Okay.
And you'll notice that using the light brown sugar, you're gonna have a beautiful hue of color in that mixture. Beautiful. And then you mix, we melt chocolate with butter.
Okay.
Let it cool down, and then we fold the chocolate mixture and the egg mixture together.
Okay.
At the end, we fold in some flour, and that's our brownie base. We pour it in our pan, and it goes into the oven only 20 minutes. We don't want to overbake because these are fudgy brownies. If you overbake, they're gonna be, they can be dry, and you don't want that. You want them very, very fudgy. I can try. I can't wait to try it.
I know. I want to try one right now.
So what I have here is an example of how it looks. This is already done, but the layer of brownie is at the bottom.
It's beautiful.
Right? So while the brownie is baking, you prepare the frosting.
Okay.
The peppermint frosting. And I have to be honest. I was late on the peppermint bark craze. You see it all around, for Christmas,
all over
for the holidays.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, and now I'm full. Like, it's amazing. It's delicious.
So good.
And it's the different layers of textures in this brownie, right? Because you get a fudgy brownie at the bottom, then the fluffiness of the peppermint frosting, and at the end, the bark with the crunchiness of the candy canes that are right there.
That looks amazing.
Yeah. So you when the brownie is done, put it in the fridge for a little bit, right, to cool down.
Yeah.
Then you put the frosting on top, the peppermint frosting. We ask for a quarter teaspoon of peppermint extract in that frosting. You don't want to overdo it, Ashley, because you don't want it tasting extremely pepperminty like toothpaste. You want that, a subtle, delicious taste of peppermint. Okay. And then you put at the end, you prepare a bark that you can see on the instructions, all the recipes that we're talking about. Your audience can go to our website. Okay. It's dominosugar.com, so they can go there and find all the recipes that we're talking about. We have tips. That's a great website. We have tips. We have all the recipes, and recently we added a new feature that you can click on a button that says Get Ingredients. And that will put all your ingredients in your local retailer digital cart, and you can even pick it up at the store and have it delivered. So that just to make things easier, right? Especially nowadays.
Yeah.
So when you're done here, you let it sit for a while. You can see it in the recipe, and you'll end up with these amazing brownies. Look at that. Look at the frosting.
That is gorgeous.
It's delicious, and you have the fudgy brownie at the bottom. You have
fun.
The crunchiness of the candy cane
right now.
The crunchiness of the candy cane, the fudginess of the brownie, and it's right there for you to use.
That's awesome.
Some people may ask, why are we using light brown sugar? You can use white, but the light brown gives it a better, there's a more sophisticated taste, if you wish. Okay. That is a great recipe also for a plain brownie. If you want to make just a brownie, it's fantastic. It gives it a hint of molasses in there.
Oh, nice.
So you're really, really going to enjoy it.
Stay tuned for Chef Eleanora's cranberry orange scones. They look delicious. I love scones, and I could just imagine the smell on Christmas morning.
Well, and I want to give your audience, here are the scones. I want to give your audience some tips. Okay. What I do is I prepare the scones, the dough, the night before.
Okay.
It's a pretty simple recipe because you mix all the dry ingredients together. Mm-hmm. Then you mix heavy cream and egg, mix it. And then you cut some butter. That's what makes the other than the sugar, the flavor of the butter makes them special, right? Because it's delicious flavor of butter and sugar together. So you cut the butter, cold butter, into the dry ingredients.
Okay.
Until they're like pea size.
Okay.
They're very small, like little pea. That's what in baking, we say pea size.
Mm-hmm.
Correct. You don't want to overdo it. And it has to be very cold because that's the secret to a flaky scone. You don't want a very tough scone. You want it flaky. So butter has to be very cold. So you cut it with a pastry cutter. Okay. If you don't have one, you can use maybe a fork or 2 knives to cut it until you have the butter, like little pieces of butter in your mixture. And then you dump or you pour all that mixture of heavy cream and egg. Mm-hmm. Mix it a little bit, form it into a ball. Then you, like that, you go with your hand, put it down and create a disc.
Okay.
If you want to eat them right away, your oven will have to be preheated at 400 degrees. Put it in for 20 minutes. Very simple. Okay. What I do, my secret is I make the dough the day before, then wrap it in this same baking sheet that you're going to use. You wrap it with plastic paper, put it in the fridge. On Christmas Day, you preheat your oven to 400. And while you're opening presents, right, that you're exchanging gifts and having your hot cocoa, you put them in the oven. So by the time breakfast comes, you have your scones ready to go. I recommend the scones to be served with maybe an orange marmalade and some whipped. Look at that.
Oh my goodness, those look perfect. Oh my goodness.
They're amazing. Some with butter on the side. They're gonna be warm and delicious. I want to show you something. Here in the crust, we also use a turbinado sugar from Domino. The granule size is a little bigger, so it gives crunchiness to the top. Amazing. You can serve them with mimosas in the morning. And I think it's perfect breakfast for Christmas Day. For all your holidays, we have you covered.
You do.
Yes. Yes.
I can't wait to go home and make these. I agree. I think the brownies are a great, what did you call it? A great
pre-game.
Yes, a great pre-game. And then the scones will be beautiful and delicious to have on Christmas morning or Christmas Eve morning. So these are fantastic. And we can find these recipes on dominosugar.com.
Correct. Fine. Go to dominosugar.com. Something else about the brownies, actually. If you're still thinking about gifts for teachers, and I know we're social distance, but for people that you really care, I think they're great little gifts, right? People really appreciate something that you're doing with your hands, that you're taking the time. So you can put one in a little bag with a little bow, maybe add the recipe. You can go ahead and just print it out from our website and add the recipe. And I think that's a beautiful little gift.
It's a great
somebody gift. I'm thinking about you. You're special to me.
Yes.
So yes, they can find our recipes on dominosugar.com. You can find all our sugars in your retailer. You're probably going to find them pretty close as you get in. They're very popular right now, so go ahead and get them. Don't let, things are running out all over the place. You don't want that to happen to your sugar. Go get your sugar, your retailer. You can go to Amazon as well. And I really encourage you to try our new Domino. So it's less processed, like I said. You just sub 1 for 1 with white sugar. And you're really, really going to enjoy these new products. You can get it at Amazon, your retailer. You can go to our website, click the Get Ingredient button. Digitally, they go to your cart. It's pretty easy.
Pretty easy, just like the recipes.
Yeah.
Well, Eleanora, this is just the best way to make our holiday delicious. So thank you. And thanks to Domino Sugar for giving us these great ideas. And I can't wait to make them. And I'll definitely have to show you how they turned out.
Share it with me, and I'm sure you're going to be successful.
Oh, thanks. I hope so. Thank you so much, Chef. You have a very Merry Christmas and a happy holiday.
Thank you, Ashley, and thank you to your audience and everyone. Let's go bake and make memories with your family.
Exactly.